Hey, what's up guys, SoldierKnowsBest here, where Apple just finished probably one of the biggest keynotes that they've done in a long time. So I'm about to cover everything that Apple just announced at this quote-unquote iPad mini event, but they announced a whole bunch of other stuff as well. So it's gonna jump right into it. Now the first thing they talked about a whole bunch of stats and things like that. I think like over 35 billion apps have been downloaded from the App Store and all that big stuff. But when they started talking about the new devices, they started off with the Macs. And they announced a new 13-inch MacBook Pro with the Retina display. They'll have a resolution of 2560 by 1600. Now the base version, which is going to start at $16.99, is going to come with a 2.5 gigahertz dual-core A5 processor. Of course, you can upgrade this all the way up to an i7 if you wanted to. 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of flash storage, and 2 USB 3.0 ports and 2 Thunderbolt ports. And this will start shipping today. So it basically got the same treatment that the 15-inch MacBook Pro got. It's coming in very thin. It's only going to weigh about 3.57 pounds. But of course, this is going to again to be the 13-inch version. Again, shipping today for $16.99. Now next up, they talked about the Mac Mini, which is definitely a product that's been kind of lost in the sauce compared to everything else. This new Mac Mini will be upgraded to Intel's Ivy Bridge processor sets with the cheapest version, which is going to start at $599. It's going to feature a 2.5 gigahertz dual-core A5 processor, 4 gigabytes of RAM, and a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Now, if you want to get the server version, it's going to cost you $999, $1,000 really, but it'll come with a 2.3 gigahertz quad-core i7 processor and 2 1 terabyte drives. So this is really the first update since I think mid-2011 for the Mac Mini. So if you're looking to the Mac Mini, this is basically the cheapest Mac can get out there. This may be something for you. Now, next up, they talked about the new iMac's. Now, if you haven't seen it yet, your jaw is about to drop. I'm just going to let the video play and have him announce it himself.
We've had 7 generations of iMac, each one better than the last. So that's why it's so great today for you to be the first to see the next generation of iMac. And here it is.
Well, as you can see, this new iMac is crazy stupid thin. It's only 5 millimeters thick at the edge there, which I don't know how Apple was able to pull this off. Well, part of the reason they were able to pull this off because they removed the optical drive out of this new iMac, and they have this new technology where they're able to, kind of glue or fuse the panel together with the rest of the iMac itself. I'm not gonna get to all those details. You can watch the keynote for all those technical specs, but either way, they're able to produce a really nice, spectacular looking product when you first see it. Now, this new iMac will come in a 21.5-inch version with the screen resolution being 1920 by 1080, and also come with a 27-inch version with the screen resolution of 2560 by 1440. Of course, it'll feature Intel's Core i5 or i7 processors, 4 USB 3.0 ports, you'll have 2 Thunderbolt ports, and also the new Apple Fusion drive. This is something they just announced, which is basically going to be a 128 gigabyte SSD combined with either a 1 terabyte or a 3 terabyte standard hard disk drive. So they're going to combine the two, and they're going to store the OS and applications on the SSD, and then on the hard drives, the physical hard drives themselves, or the hard disk drives, they're going to store all your documents and kind of your data and stuff like that, and they'll both be working in conjunction via the software to work together. And this is really going to be an awesome combination to get the best speed and also the best storage capacity for a computer like this. Now, the base version of the 21.5-inch iMac will start at $1299. That'll feature a 2.7 gigahertz quad-core Intel Core i5 processor, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive, and also the NVIDIA GeForce GT 640 mobile graphics, and also, of course, it'll have the FaceTime HD camera as well. Now, the 27-inch iMac will start at $1799. It'll feature a 2.9 gigahertz quad-core Intel Core i5 processor, 8 gigabytes of RAM as well. Again, both of the RAM configurations are upgradable to 16 or 32 gigabyte. It also features a 1 terabyte hard drive and the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 660 mobile graphics, and it'll have the FaceTime HD camera and all the different ports as well. So this new iMac definitely took my breath away when I first saw it. I don't care if you say I sound like an Apple fan, but this thing looks crazy, amazing, stupid, all the different type of things you can describe a computer that looks like it. Now, the 21.5-inch model will start shipping next month in November, but we'll have to wait till December to be able to get our hands on the 27-inch model of this new iMac. Now on to the iPad. Now Apple did something that nobody was really expecting. Now everybody was thinking it was just going to be an iPad mini. We'll get to that a little bit later. But also they announced a new 4th generation iPad. Yes, just the regular iPad, and they moved up from the 3rd generation to the 4th generation. It's going to be featuring the new A6X processor, which is going to be doubling the performance of the previous generation iPad, and also have a faster Wi-Fi. It'll have now support for Sprint LTE, so you can get Verizon, AT&T, and Sprint LTE now if you wanted to. And it'll also be featuring the FaceTime HD camera on the front. So this thing is going to remain at the same price points as it was yesterday, and also to the same design as well. And also one thing I forgot to mention, they will be adding the new Lightning port as well. So as you can see, they bumped up the release of the regular iPad to kind of get that holiday rush, it looks like, but they weren't done yet. Now they finally got to what everybody was expecting. This is the new iPad mini. So this thing features a 7.9 inch screen, which has a resolution of 1024 by 768, which is the same resolution that the 1st generation iPad features. So Apple just drove in the point that all the applications that you've been using on the iPad will still work on this iPad mini just fine. And it will be 53% lighter of this new 4th generation iPad, which is definitely a big decrease in weight. It'll have the dual-core A5 processor, a FaceTime HD cam, a 5-megapixel rear-facing iSight camera that can shoot 1080p HD video. It also features LTE from all 3 carriers as well, and it'll have a 10-hour battery life. Now the design of this new iPad mini looks very similar to the new iPhone 5, just with the color combination as well. You have black and slate, and then of course you have the white version, but then you just look at the edges and how everything is machined there. It looks very similar to the iPhone 5, which isn't a bad thing, but hopefully it doesn't scratch as easily as well. Now the big thing everybody was really wondering to see what Apple is going to do with is the price point. What was the price point of this iPad mini going to start at? Well, Apple is going to start the iPad mini with just the Wi-Fi version at $329. Then if you want the LTE version, it's going to start at $449 and still have that same $100 increase as you go up in memory configurations. Now you'll be able to pre-order the iPad mini alongside the new 4th generation regular iPad starting this Friday on October the 26th, and then they'll start shipping, at least the Wi-Fi version will start shipping on November the 2nd. So this sums up almost everything they announced at this event. One thing that was missing was the new iTunes. I don't know what they're going to be doing with that, but this basically sums up everything they talked about at this event. The really big star of the show for me wasn't even the iPad mini. It's that new iMac, which looks just amazing. It looks sick. Very nice design. I really do like it. It literally looks sick, doesn't it? But it really has a very nice design to it. But overall, I think this is a very nice wrap up and sum up of the year. Apple released a whole bunch of new products with Mountain Lion and things like that. But I really think this is going to be a big push for the holiday season for Apple, and my wallet is going to hate me starting today. So anyway, guys, leave a comment down below about what you think about everything Apple announced today, and I will catch you later, guys. Stay tuned for more unboxings and reviews of these products that just got announced, and my hand has been up for too long. Peace.